Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. It's your boy JJ right here once again on JJ's PC Builds. Well, it looks like we got a little debate going on for the 2060 and the 3060. So stick around, we're going to talk about that a little bit. So, I do take it kindly, y'all putting in the chats. Um, your opinion, and it's much appreciated. And believe it or not, I enjoyed the chat with y'all. It's been, you know, let's say it gave me a better light on y'all's thoughts out there, and it's been weighing on me heavy for the last couple days. So, well, not the last couple days, but maybe since yesterday. But anyway, let's get this B-roll going. So do stick around. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch it out. We will be right back. So here we go. And welcome back from that B-roll. Okay, so the topic of this discussion is what's better, the 2060 or the 3060? Okay, I know there's a 2060, a 2060 Super, there might be a 2060 Ti, there's a 2060 KO, and there's the 3060, you got the 3060 Ti, and you might have another 3060 out there. I never explored it just yet, but the difference is you got a 6 gigabyte and a 12 gigabyte, or you get an 8 gigabyte. So, and from what I'm putting my take on is this: the 12 gigabyte version is the better version because it's the full version and it's most likely the best version. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and swing around, and we're going to have a peeky look at the stats of the 2060 and look at the stats at 3060, and kind of weigh our options. So let's go ahead and turn around and do that. And here we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and flip the screen like we always do. And here's a little bit of stats for you all to look at. Okay, this is the 3060 Ti, 3060, 2060, and the 1060. This is from nvidia's site, so y'all can see the 3060, the GeForce 3060 family. Okay, so where the colors are basically will match to what the thing is at top. Basically, your green and your dark green, your light green will be your 3060 Ti. Your dark green will be your RTX 3060. Your light gray will be your RTX 2060, and they also threw in the GTX 1060. So you have a looky look, and from what it looks like, that the 3060 Ti seems to be up on top as far as between control with the RTX on, you know, now RTX is ray tracing, just to let y'all know that really quick. Um, but it looks like they tested this with an i9 10900K, 32 gigs of RAM, and a Windows 10 64. So, and with the 10 series is the RT only, not capable of DLSS. So looking at these stats right here telling me which one would be the best. Okay, now there's some of my subscribers telling me that the 2060, and you got the 2060 Super, you got the 2060 KO, you know, you got the 12 gigabyte version, you got the 8 or 6 gigabyte version. But you know what I did? I turned around and I pulled it all up. Basically, here's the 2060 12 gigabyte version, the TU 106, having 2,176 cores, 136 TMUs, and the ROPs are at 48. The VRAM's at 12 gigabytes, GDR6, and 192-bit bus. Okay, that's just the 2060. Let's go down to the stats and see what we can see. Okay, go from the bottom up, it looks like. It's got an 8-pin power connector, and the outputs are DVI, HDMI 2.0, DisplayPort 1.4a, and USB Type-C. It's recommending a 450 watt PSU, 184 TDP. It's 35 millimeters, 1.4 inches by the width of 13 millimeters, 4.4 inches, and 229 millimeters at 9 inches. So it's 9 by 4. So 9 by 4 and not that big. But anyway, the graphic features got DirectX 12, the ultimate version, OpenGL 4.6, OpenCL 3.0, Vulkan 1.3, CUDA 7.5, and shader model 6.7. Shading units is 2,176, and you all know about the ROPs. And the SM count is 34, 272 on tensors, RT core is 34, L2 cache is 3 megs, and L1 cache is 64 KB. And it looks like it's not too bad, but minimal clocks in the boost clock, 1650 on the boost clock, 1470 on the base clock, 1750 on the memory clock, 14 gigabits per second on the effective side. Bandwidth is 336 gigabits per second. Memory bus is 192, so that's pretty good. But the bus interface is PCIe 3.0 x16. Now, going by this chart right here, it shows that the RTX 3060 is 66% higher than the 2060, the 12 gigabyte 2060. So the 3060 is 6% higher. Going upwards, y'all can see this. Let's see what we can see. Wow, the GTX 1080 Ti is 13% higher. Let's see, the 3060 Ti is 32% higher. The 2080 Super is 120 or 29% higher. Well, and you guys got the picture, okay? I mean, overall, what I'm looking at, from what I'm seeing is that they're saying, for what the lineup I have is that the 3060 is higher than the 2060 12 gigabyte. So let's go over to the 3060 and see what it has. It has 3,584 cores, 112 TMU, 48 ROPs, 12 gigabyte VRAM, and GDR6 and 192-bit. Now, it's showing that it's better than the 2070. So, it's 2% greater than 2070. Um, but 2070 Super looks like it's higher than the 3060. So, but we're not going to count that out because we still got the 3060 Ti that we got to go through, and it's 25% higher than the 3060. So, stats are looking pretty good on it. It's still an active card. It's Ampere. It's the GA106 300A1. So it's the GA106. So it's not a bad card, but it's PCIe 4.0 x16. It has one 12-pin connector. I would have to investigate that a little more to make sure that 12-pin connector, if they're talking about an 8+4 or a 6+6, but it might be a special connector, so I'll have to investigate that further and let you all know. It's got higher bandwidth. It's definitely got more cache, and it's looking at the RT cores. It says it's 28. Now, the RT cores is 34. So looking at that, it's got the SM count at 28. SM count is 34. So it looks like that, this has got the 2060, 12 gigabytes, got more RT cores than the 3060. But still don't count out the 3060 just yet. So looking at it right here, look at the clock speeds. That's going to be at base clock 1320. We're going to measure it over here. This is 1470. So this is boost clock is 1777. And over here it's 1650. So, and memory clock 1750 over here, and it's 1875 over here. Okay, so both of them's got the advantage and disadvantage. Okay, one of them can do more, and the other one can do more. It's like a hand. It's like going back and forth, back and forth. They're still in the same series. Okay, they're not in the same series as a 20 card or a 30 card. But they're still in the same numbers. In average, they're still doing about the same numbers. So that kind of, debate on. I'm sure you guys are going to get in the comment below and tell me about the debate between the two. Now, I have to look at what the price is, number one. As if you look at the price, it says launch price for the 3060 is $329, and you got to look at the launch price at what the 2060 is, and I think that was at $299 if I remember right. So looking at the launch price between the two, it's kind of debatable. Which one's going to give me the best? I'm thinking about it as a consumer. If the consumer was doing this, also too, the debate would be which one is going to give me the better of the two. Which one's going to give me video encoding and the whole 900 yards for creators, the creator side, and as well as the game playing side as well. Which one's going to give me best of both worlds? That's thinking as a consumer. You have to think in a consumer's shoes, or if you're thinking about, if you're not a content creator, you have to think about the fact of being in your friend's shoes if they're deciding to buy. If they're deciding which one to buy, the 2060 or the 3060. They're both 12 gigabytes in VRAM. So, but the only difference is a little push come to shove on the numbers between the two. So, what in price to performance, then that's what you have to look at as well. I mean, you really think about what's price to performance. What is going to give you the best out of the both worlds? Which one is going to cut you the the speed you need for creativity, for doing video work and stuff like that under a workload, and the one that's going to give you the best gaming performance out of AAA gaming? Or, if you don't do AAA gaming, what's the best out of basic gaming? Not using not using like RT cores and just baseline frequency. The kind of games that you would play, OpenGL games, or you play, um, you know, there's many different variable games that you can play. Ones that play on Vulkan, ones that play on OpenCL. Believe it or not, there are some games that play on Vulkan and OpenCL. So, um, you have to look at the variation and the difference between the two. Which one's going to give me the best of the best? Okay, is the 2060 going to give me everything I need? Well, that depends. Because looking at, the 2060, it uses the PCIe 3.0x16, which kind of equals up, not to, but close to PCIe 4.0, but not giving you not giving you in the sense of 16, but instead it's giving you, like, let's say it's equal to about PCIe 4.0, 8 lanes. So kind of, push come to shove, the 2060 12 gigabytes, not a bad card, but it's not like the 3060. Okay, 3060 is a step up from the 2060. But as far as what they should have done with the 3060, now they should have gave it more RT cores. They should have gave it more shader units and stuff like that. They should have given it a little more oomph, because there are some things that the 2060 can do that the 3060 cannot do. Not unless you get like the 3060 Ti, which that would probably be another, step up, because now you're looking at the 30. Well, this is the 3080. Just to give you, well, we'll go backwards. Okay, we'll type. We'll get it in here, so just bear with me. 3060 Ti specs. Okay, now going to the GA104, looking over here at the 2060. It's the TU106. Looking at the 3060, it's the GA106. This is the GA104. So there's a difference between the 3060 and the 3060 Ti. So the GA, alright, that's an older version, and the GA104 gives you 4,864 cores, 152 TMUs, 80 ROPS, gives you 8 gigabytes of DDR6 256-bit bus. Now that's way higher. So now, compared to the 3060 and the 3060 Ti, we're now looking at the 3060 Ti, and why is it so much better than the 3060. Well, the thing is this, the can't say the PCIe 4.0 because if I'm looking back right, yep, see those are the same. Let's see what's not the same. Okay. They're both 8 nanometer. They're both 12,000 million transistors. Die is 276. The die size is different. From the 3060 is a smaller die than the 3060 Ti. What else? Let's move down here and see what the difference is. Okay, so 1320 on the base clock, 1777 on boost clock, and 1875. So we got 1410, 665, and 1750. That don't seem right. It seems like the 3060 is higher than the 3060 Ti. But the 3060 Ti seems to have, wow, 38 RT cores compared to 28 RT cores. You know, I mean, it's advantage and disadvantage. You're only looking at maybe in between, 6 or 7% difference between the 3060 and the 3060 Ti. Okay. But, they both have similarities. Okay. The only difference is the die size. So you might, and the shading units, so you might be able to get a better advantage out of the shading units. But compared to the RTX 2060 Super 8 gigabytes, it's 2166, and this one is 4864. So there's a big difference between the 2060 Super and the 3060 Ti. Okay, the 3060 Ti, they both give the same bit of bus. There's still a big difference between the 2060 and the 3060. Because the 2060 Super has a PCIe 3.0 x16. The effective clocks, let's see, the effective clocks on the, to me that looks wrong on the base clock and the boost clock and the memory clock, because they look almost the same. With the 2060 Super and the 3060 Ti, you got 34 RT cores on the 2060 Super, and the 3060 Ti, you got 38, you got 34. Wow. It's almost like it's similarities. So, thinking about it, these 5 cards, okay, are very close to being competitive with one another. Understand that. I'm trying to show you the competitiveness between these. Sure, if a chart was built on these 5 to see which one is the best competitor of them all, it would be a hard say. And that's the reason why I'm stuck right now, because it's a hard say, and the difference is price. Okay, you're going from, you're looking at between a $200 and $400 price. Okay, so your highest price is going to be your 3060 Ti. Your lowest price is going to be your RTX 2060 12 gigabyte. So in between the two, that's where the price variation comes in. Okay, so your 3060 is $329, 3060 Ti is $399. Let's see, let's throw in the KO of the bunch. Okay, so now we're throwing in the other one, which that's not really going to be competitive, I think, as far as being in the mix. I don't think the KO is really going to be a good advantage because it's only 192-bit. It's PCIe 3.0. I think, you guys get the picture. And, me, I think it's going to be a toss-up between the 2060 12 gigabyte, the 2060 Super, the 3060, and the 3060 Ti. I think it's going to be a difference between those four. Y'all let me know in the comments below what you think after showing you these numbers, what you think on which one's going to be the best. Okay, is it going to be the 3060 Ti, 3060, 2060, or the 2060 Super? I'm going to see if I can get another chart built for this reference, because I think these four cards, not five, I'm not going to put in the 2060 KO because I don't think it's really in that competitive bracket where it needs to be there. But all in all, looking at the numbers and everything else, it's going to be a tough call between the 2060, 2060 Super, the 3060, and the 3060 Ti. I think it's going to be a tough call between all four of them. Y'all let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I'm not going to make this a win-long video, so we're going to go ahead and I've already concluded on my thoughts. And, my aspect is this. I'm going to either get all four cards one of these days, or I'm going to get one of them and then after a while get another one. I'm going to wind up getting all four of these cards sooner or later and putting all the benchmarks all together and seeing which one is the winner of it all. After doing benchmarks on the things that I do the most and showing you all the benchmarks along the way. So if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe, and if you like the video, put a positive like on it, would be much appreciated, and watch the videos from beginning to end. We're still working on the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Right now looks like we're at 51 subscribers, and we got a new subscriber in, and welcome to the JJPC Builds family. And we're up to 444 watch hours so far out of 4,000. So make sure y'all watch those videos. Make sure you tell your friends to watch those videos. And, from beginning to end, it's much appreciated. Let's get the channel monetized. Let's get it moving forward. So, let's just get it going. And I appreciate everybody joining in to help. And I do appreciate all y'all's comments, which I try to do my best to comment on. If y'all make a comment, I try to do my best to get in there and, at least acknowledge the comments to let you know. So I do my best on that. Also, too, I got to make the videos. I'm a one-man band at this point until we grow, and then I might become a four-man band. You never know. So I'm hoping we can get to that to where I can be a 4 to 5 man band, so that way, at least we can improve the channel and make it greater and make everything just great. So subscribe, Been being much appreciated. Until the next time in the next video, this is JJ, your boy. We will see you then.